Thanks for deciding to watch this video. Now, I really appreciate your interest in OutVeo, and I promise that when you decide to try us out, you will not be disappointed. By now, you'll have seen that OutVeo has all the features needed to finally make outsourcing easy. Now it's time to show you OutVeo in action, but before I do this, I need to tell you about the different levels of access OutVeo gives you and your outsourced workers. Essentially, OutVeo has three centralized areas everyone works from. There's the admin area. Now this private login area is designed to help you control all the details of your assignments and projects. From here you'll be able to do everything from paying your staff to customizing your entire installation of OutVeo. It's from here you have fingertip control over everything. Then there's the project manager area. Now this is a special login we've created exclusively for your project managers so they can take control of assignments and projects and keep things moving forwards for you. Last but not least, there's the login area for your staff members. Now from here they can pick up all the assignments you and your project manager sets for them. It's your detailed instructions they access to get things done the way you want. And they'll keep you updated on their progress every step of the way. What I'd like to do now is give you a quick walkthrough of OutVeo so you can see how the core project management features work and how they finally make outsourcing easy. Hello and welcome to OutVeo. Now what I'm going to do here is to show you the inside of the admin area. Now what we're looking at here is the admin and project manager login areas. Now they both share the same login page, which makes it nice and easy. So what we'll do now is we'll log in and I'll take you right in there, and the very first page you're looking at here of course is the home page, and this is the page that gives you a bird's eye view of everything that's going on. And the way we do this is simply by just clicking on where it says recently. If you click on here you can actually set it to show you the history of the past X number of days, whatever it might be. Now in this case I've got it set to the activity of the past 56 days. So let's take a look at what we're able to see. So if I click on staff availability, now I'm looking at here, what I'm looking at here are those staff members of mine who are available and who aren't available, and I can see this just by looking at it. Those with the red dot, it just means that they're not ready for more work, but those with the green dot, they are. And of course they can even leave a note next to it as well, so they can tell me exactly what's going on. Now if we take James for example, he's unavailable, he's taken a week off. If we look at Gia here, she's available and she's ready for more work, so I can see at a glance, you know, who's ready for more work and who isn't. So let's close that down and go to the next one, and from here I'm going to be able to see exactly all of those files that have been uploaded to different assignments, so I can just dig straight in, get straight to the core of what's going on. If I click on a project for example, that's going to take me directly to the project page, and the same is true of the assignment. If I click on the assignment, it takes me directly through to the details of that assignment. We have the file name here. If I click on that I can then download that file. It tells us the size, the date it was uploaded, and there will be a check mark here showing me that it's been downloaded by the staff member or not. So that takes care of that. And then we go to new notes. Now all assignments can have a note attached to them, as you may have seen already, and what we're looking at here is all of those notes over the past 56 days. You can see what's going on of course, and if I wanted to reply to one of these notes, all I do is I just log into the assignment, just click on the assignment name, takes me straight in, and I can just reply to that particular note or even leave a new one. Okay, let's close that down, and then we have require payment. Now from here I can see all of those people who've completed assignments with me and who are now ready for payment. Now if we look here, we've got a checkbox. That simply means that they have entered a PayPal email address, so I can then download a mass PayPal pay file and just upload that into PayPal and just pay everyone who needs payment. I can come back here and just mark it all off as there's them having been paid. Okay, so that takes care of the home page. As you can see, it's very straightforward, but it does give you a nice overview of what's going on over a certain number of days. If we just dig into each item across the top here within the navigation, you can get a good idea as to how everything works. If I click on assignments, that simply takes me to a list of all of those live assignments, in other words work in progress, so I can see at a glance what's going on. I can see who's working on a project, who the project manager is, I can see the deadline, I can see the cost, I can even see the progress being made here. As we have here is the progress is 60%, and so far 12 minutes have been spent on that particular assignment. So that gives me a good list of what's going on. Of course the green dot next to the name means that that person is available and they can take on more work or whatever it might be that they've said in their note. Okay, so that takes care of the assignment. So we can also go to things like completed. We can see all of those assignments that are now due for payment. If you remember on the home page, there was an area there at the bottom. If we look on require payment here, we can see it's just the same as that. Assignments completed, and that's basically the same as that. And I can pay these people individually if I wanted to, or again just download a PayPal Mass Pay file. So that takes care of that. Then we have the archive, so I can see all of those assignments that have been completed and paid, and it's all listed there. We go to templates. Now this is one of the main features of OutVeo, is all of the assignments are template driven. Now that simply means that you don't have to keep on reinventing the wheel each time. You know, you'd set up your assignment, and if you wanted to use it again, you just reassign it, or you can in fact just duplicate it, give it a new name, change a few details, and then set it up as a fresh new assignment template. But if we look here, we can see these are all the templates that I have at the moment, and they can be exported as well, which is a really powerful feature within OutVeo. Let's say for example you have another installation of OutVeo somewhere else. What you can do is you can set up your assignment in one installation of OutVeo, then just export it and then re-import it back in again into your other OutVeo installation. And you can do that here just by selecting what you want to do and then just export it. The controls are very user-friendly, and it should be very self-explanatory too, so you can see what needs to be done and how and everything. So let's take a look at the next item in the menu. We have a new template, and so from here we can create our new assignment template. And so obviously we can give it a title, then we've got the text area here, and we can add text links, we can add video, we can add all sorts of things, anything you like to help explain to people exactly what it is you want them to do. It can all go here. Right below that we can see we have a checklist, and from here we can build a nice checklist giving people the exact steps you want them to follow to complete the assignment. And again, within this area here you can even add videos if you wanted to, as well as your text, as well as links and anything else that helps to explain to people what it is you want them to complete within that step as part of the checklist. And of course, as they complete each checklist item, they also record the time spent, and you can see exactly how much time has been spent, and more importantly, you can see how much progress they've made. So I'll show you that in a minute. But let's move on to the next item in the menu here. We have projects. Now the way projects work is very simple. You'd have an assignment, and you can group assignments together. You can have several assignments, you can group them together within a project, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can have assignments working just by themselves as standalone assignments, but you can also group them together into projects. Now this is a very powerful feature, because what it means is, and I'll show you what I mean actually, it's probably the best way of doing it. If I click on projects, this now gives us a list of all the live projects we have and those assignments within the project, and of course it's giving us the progress being made. We can see in terms of percentage how much of the project has been completed, how much time has been spent, and that is just a calculation made based on the assignments that have been completed within the assignment, you know, how much time has been spent on them. Now if I was to click on this one here, it says publicity push, that's then going to take us to our assignment page, to our project page, and from here we can also do what's called repeating a project. And that's very powerful, because you can have a whole group of assignments, pull them together into a project and repeat that same project once a month, once every day, whatever it is you want to do. And that really automates the whole outsourcing process that you go through. So from here we can see the assignments that are within that project, we can see who the staff member is, who's working on it, we can see what the deadline is, the agreed cost. We can even add assignments to it just by selecting them from the drop list and just clicking the add assignment button. But if you notice here, we've also got Skype integration. So let's say you need to give this person a call on Skype very quickly, and it's going to be the project manager you need to call up here. As you can see, that's who it is. So we just click on Skype, it launches your Skype program, and you can talk to them straight away about whatever it is that you need to talk to them about relating to this project. Okay, so let's go back to projects again, and of course we can create a new project, and again it's the same deal, give it a name, give it a deadline. You can choose to have it repeated or not, it's up to you. You can choose the project manager. The default for the project manager is you as the administrator, so that's going to be by default, but you can choose whoever you want that to be. And from here there will be a drop down menu of all of those assignments that have not yet been assigned to a project. You can then pull them into a project right here, And of course that assignment has already been assigned to somebody. We can see what it is here, we can see the deadline, and we can also see the agreed cost, and all you do is just add the assignment. If we look here again, we've got, just like with assignments, we have an archive of all of our projects. And so from here we can see all those things that have been done in the past, and we've got a complete record of everything really. So if we click here, we can see what was done, and if we go back to archive again, we can go back and we can see again, if we click on this, it gives us all of those assignments that were within that project. Okay, let's take a look at the staff page. Now from here we can get a bird's eye view of all those people we have working for us. We can see their availability, we can see when they joined, we can even see the quality score that we gave them for perhaps a recent project they may have carried out for us. But as well as that, we can see if that outsourced staff member is a project manager or not, and you can see that simply by the star that we've placed here. If you click on the @ symbol, your email program launches and you can send them an email. But if you notice here, we've also integrated Skype again, so you just click on that, on the Skype button, launches your Skype program, and you can talk to them or chat with them that way. Now if we just dig a little deeper here, if we look, for example, we have Peter Campbell here, he's a project manager, we've got his Skype details too, his quality score is outstanding. Now if I click on staff profile, that takes me into his page and I can see all the details about Peter. And so from here we can see all of the details, what his areas of expertise are, how many years of experience he has, what their favourite assignments are, what are their qualifications, their day rate. We can set that to the day rate, whether it's weekly, monthly, per project, or something else entirely different. It's up to you. We've got all the major currencies covered here, as you can see. We can set the date, format, whatever it is they work in, depending on where they are, their time zone. Got their telephone number, and here, because they're a project manager, we've got the checkbox marked they're a project manager, and you can do that with any member of staff. You can upgrade them to become a staff member. And of course we have the quality scores here with the login details, and from here this is where we give them new assignments to work on. We do that just simply by selecting them from the drop down list, whatever it is we want them to work on. We set an agreed cost, we give them a deadline. Let's see, this is a very powerful feature I need to show you about, because what this is, it's, let's say for example someone completes a project and you might want to check that project before it's marked as complete. And of course when a project is marked as completed, in other words, when a project is marked as completed, that means they're ready for payment. But let's say you want to check their work. You want to check their work before you pay them. So what you can do is you can just unmark that, automatically mark as complete when the checklist has been completed. If you uncheck that, you then get an email as the administrator or the project manager letting you know that you've got to go in and check that project, and you then decide whether that project or assignment has been completed or not and is ready for payment. So that's a very powerful feature we've built into OutVeo. So you've got the deadline you can set the priority, and then of course you can group it with a project. But as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you can actually pull it and group it in with an existing project you may have. And you can choose the project manager, whoever that might be. And from a glance here we can see all the live assignments that particular person is working on. We can see all they're doing, how much they've been paid, whether that's an auto approved project or not. We can see the deadline, and we can see the priority, project name, project manager, etc. If we scroll down a bit further, we can see all those completed assignments that require payment. And then if we look down a bit further, we can see this is the history of all the different projects and assignments they've completed for us in the past and how well they did. We've got the quality score here, so we can keep track of them to see if they get better or worse in whatever it is they're doing for us. Okay, so that takes care of taking a look at a staff member profile. We can add a new member of staff by just clicking on Add Staff New, and the way in which OutVeo works is you invite your staff members in to become members of OutVeo. So from here we just put in their details, and we can choose whether they're a project manager or not. We can set their prices in whatever currency they prefer, and we can give them their first assignment. But you don't have to, but you can do that if you wanted to. So you can set the agreed cost, the deadline, the priority, the project. And then once you've got all that set up, you just send them an email invitation, and they would then get that, and they then log in, and they can start work straight away. And then we have extensions, and within the extensions we have a rebrander. Now when you install OutVeo for the first time, you're going to be able to see this as a demo version of this, and of course the rebrander is where you can change out all this section here, right here, you can change it out with your own logo. Okay, so that's an optional upgrade extra. So as I say, once you've installed OutVeo for the first time, you're going to be able to test that out and try it out, and if you like it, you can upgrade to it. Then we have the settings page. Now the settings page is not available to your project managers, and from here you can control everything within OutVeo. It gives you fingertip control over all the details. So if we look here, we've got the staff resources page here. These are all the company resources that all of your outsourced workers or staff members, this is everything that they can share. So from here you can have a welcome video, for example. You can have additional shared resources. You might have some links in there that you might want to share with all of your workers to help them get the job done. And of course we've got this area here called useful links, and from within here you can add links to different useful resources, whatever they may be within your company. And let's close that down. Then we have the dynamic content tags, and this is where you can fully customize all those emails that go out to your staff members. So whenever something happens in OutVeo, an email goes out, whether it's to you or to a staff member or to your project manager. It just lets you know what's going on. So for example, here we have an invitation email template. So there's the invitation that goes out. There's the invitation to the project manager, just so they know they're a project manager. Then we have the assignment email templates. So when an assignment has been given to one of your staff members, this is the email that goes out to them, and you can customize all of it. So it's all there, you can change any of it. And we've got these custom tags in there, so you can fully customize everything. Let's have a look. We've got the upload email templates. So this means that whenever a file has been uploaded to an assignment, you're going to know about it. Also, your staff member is going to know about it as well. So everyone is kept totally in the loop. If we go down the page here, so we have the other types of email templates, staff availability. Let's say, for example, one of your staff members has decided to take the week off. What they can do is they can change their update status, and you'll then get an email about it, just to let you know that they're no longer available. They can't take on any more assignments or projects. You know about it. You get an email. Okay, so then we have other types. We have assignment sequence. Now what you can do with your assignment sequences is you can have it set up so that your staff members have to complete those assignments that you set for them. They have to complete them sequentially. So in other words, let's say they have 3 assignments to complete. The second assignment will only become active when the first one is completed. Only when the first is completed will the second become active. If you have it set to non-sequential, they can choose whether or not they want to work on the first assignment, the second assignment, or the third assignment. It's entirely up to them, or you, if you tell them what it is you want them to do. But with sequential assignments, all assignments have to be completed within the order that you set for them. Okay, so that's assignment sequence. Let's see, where are we? Points of contact. This is just so people can get hold of you. So this is information that's published on all of your staff members' pages, so they can get hold of you quickly and easily. Then we have the username and password. Obviously, this is for you as the admin. These are all your login details. Then we have other setting details here. Now, your project managers, obviously they're going to be looking after different assignments and projects that are going on, but you still want to know what that is. You want your finger to be on you want your finger firmly on the pulse of what's going on within your OutVeo system. And the way this is done is by a daily report. And this is like a daily digest, really, of all the different things that have been going on during the past 24 hours within OutVeo. So you know what your project managers have been doing, you know what your staff have also been doing as well. Now this is just an IP address. If your IP address is dynamic, this is just a setting there, so you don't get logged out of OutVeo. You can continue using it. And of course then you have the your cron information as well for your cron jobs, and that's very important as well. When you're setting up OutVeo, you need to be able to set that up. That's important because for daily digest to happen, they need to go out automatically every day, and it's your cron job that will do that. But we make it easy by giving you the exact path to your cron job. Okay, so that takes care of the settings page. So really though, that's the nuts and the bolts of how things work within the admin area. Let me quickly show you the staff members area so you can see exactly what your staff members or your outsourced workers are going to be looking at. So let's go there right now. This is their login page. As you can see, it's just very simple. All we do is just log in. And that takes them directly to the home page. Now as soon as they log in, they're going to see all of the different assignments that you've got lined up for them. So we can see here, this is the project it's attached to. We can see there's the assignment name. We've got the progress that's been made on it so far. And of course we've got the get assignment. Now this progress also ties into you, because of course you as the administrator or the project manager want to know exactly the progress that's been made on an assignment. And if you remember, I showed you this board before. In the admin area you can see that progress being made. So for example here we can see that's been completed. What else have we got going on here? We've got another one that's completed. Here only a certain amount of that's been done. So that ties into here, so we can see we have the progress there. Now if I'm the staff member, I've just logged in, I'm looking at this page here, these are all my assignments. I can then just click on this button here, it says get assignment, and I can see these are all the details of everything that needs to be done. So I've got here, there's the project name goes there. This is the project manager. I can call the project manager up on Skype if I wanted to. We've got the priority, the deadline, and if we look here, there's the agreed cost. Now this is the important part. We have got the detailed instructions for this assignment. You know, this is exactly what you as the administrator or the project manager, this is exactly what you want your staff members to be doing. And this is a video just explaining everything. So the video is embedded within the text instructions, and then below that we've got other things that we need them to complete as well. So these are the other instructions. If we go a bit further down the page, we can see this is a checklist. These are the things that we want done in a certain and very specific order. Now as your staff member or your outsourced worker works on this assignment, they then enter in the amount of time it's taken. So let's say for example here it's taken them 45 minutes, they just save progress and the checklist is updated, and so 45 minutes has been recorded. But what they can do is they can say, well, I've done 5 minutes on that so far, I'm going to save my progress. Although that step hasn't yet been completed, I still want to record the progress of what's been done so far. So we can see 5 minutes has been recorded. Although I haven't completed it yet, I can still go in there and I can start add more time as I go on. So also I can see the total time spent. 1 hour 4 minutes has been spent so far on this assignment. If I have files to upload, I can just click there, choose file, upload it, give it a title, and I can also add notes as well. So let's say there's a note I wanted to add to the assignment, I can add it there, and then as soon as I do that, I just press the submit note button, and then an email is fired off to the administrator or the project manager letting them know that there's a note to be read. So they would then be able to log in and they can check out what that note might have been and reply. And if there are any notes already on this assignment, this is where they would be. So communication is built into every single assignment, so everybody knows what's going on at every step of the way. So that takes care of an assignment, so you can see what's happened there. This is just an archive of all of those different assignments that have already been completed. I mean, as the staff member, I can then log in, I can see those things that have been done, I can view the assignment, I can check out what I did, and then I can go back, go to resources. And if you remember, this is the shared resources page, so these are all the company links. This may be a welcome message from you, the administrator or the owner of the business. Then we have other shared resources in here too. Then we have the settings page, and it's from here that I can add my details. If you remember before on the staff profile page, we saw them there. When I was the administrator, I was looking at the staff profile page, and this is exactly what I saw. So from here, your staff member can update their details. They can enter things like they can change their daily rate for whatever it might be, and that's updated throughout the entire system. So there you have it. That gives you a real bird's eye view over OutVeo. You can see how things work for the administrator of the site, which is pretty much the same as the project manager. Only thing is, a project manager of course does not get access to the settings, but they can control a lot of the other things too. You've seen how things work for a staff member as well, as I've just shown you. Oh, there's one other thing I need to show you. If we look here where it says available, we have the ability to say now, as the staff member, let's say I'm going to take a week off, I can say, right, I'm unavailable. and then I can leave a note in there just to say that I'm taking the next week off, save status, and my status is now updated, and the administrator or the project manager can see that I'm no longer available. So that's a really good feature. And there we have it. That really is in a nutshell how OutVeo works. But of course, if you have any questions, just let me know. One last thing that I need to point out to you that's very good, that's going to help you get the very most out of OutVeo, and that is, if we look here, we've got this tab here that says tutorial. If you click on that, that will then open up a video showing you how to use all the features of that page, so you're never going to get lost. If you want to know how to do something and you're on a page and you get stuck, just click on where it says tutorial. You're going to get a pop-up window up here and you can just watch the video, and it shows you how to use everything on that page. So hopefully this has helped, but if you do have any questions, let me know. Just go to outveo.com/help, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks very much.